Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the concept of constants and variables. So far we have seen that for solving any particular problem we make use of C language. Now for solving any problem we perform various computations, and for those computations we need to store some values within the memory. Like our human memory, computer's memory is also divided into millions of cells. Now we store the values in these cells. Say suppose I store value 5 over here. Now I need to access this value. For easy access of that value within that particular location, we name these cells. Now this naming of cell is known as variable. Now this value at one particular moment of time, say suppose it is 5. After some time that value can be, say suppose that value we have at one moment it is 5. After some computation that value we can change it to 10. Then what will happen? This 5 will be overwritten and that value becomes 10. So since the value within this particular cell location whose name we have given as A can change at different instances of time, that is why we call these names as variable names. Variable meaning what? Anything that can change. And since these values are changing according to the time, so we call these names as variable names. However, these values that we are storing within these cells, these are called as constants. Now, these variables and constants are divided into two categories, that is primary variables and constants and the secondary ones. Now, again these primary are of three types. One is integer type variables and constants, next is real type, and the third is character type. Next, within secondary we have array type, pointer type, structure type, union, and so on. We will have a look at these type of constants and variables in our upcoming video lectures in C. Today we are only going to focus only on the integer type variables, constants, real type, and the character type. Now all these types of primary constants follow a particular set of rules. Let's have a look at that. For integer constant, there must be at least one digit that should be present. Then it should not have any decimal point. For example, this decimal point, this is not a valid integer constant. So this point cannot be there. Then it is either positive or negative, and if we do not provide any sign, then in that case by default sign is taken as positive. So it can be either plus 5 or minus 5, but however if this sign is not given like in this place, then it is by default considered as the positive sign. Now there are no commas or blanks included. That means what? This particular value is not a valid integer constant. Now the memory size that integer constants acquire is 2 bytes. Next we need to understand that what is the range of value that can be given when we are talking about integer constants. So before understanding that, we need to understand that 1 byte of memory size is equivalent to 8 bits, and so since integer constant is acquiring 2 bytes, so it will acquire in total 16 bits of memory size. So we will have 16 memory cells that will be given for an integer constant. Like this, 16 memory cells will be there. Out of these 16, the most significant bit, that is the leftmost bit, will be assigned for defining that whether this constant is positive or negative. In case this integer constant that we are providing, if this is positive, then this bit value will be 0, whereas if it is negative, then this bit value will be 1. Now other than this most significant bit, we have in total 15 bit locations that we have. Now for each and every bit location, we know that for the machine level language, we have two possibilities. That is, either there will be 0 or there will be 1. So we can say for each and every bit location, we have two possibilities. Over here, either 0 will go or 1 will go. Likewise, at all other locations as well, either 0 will go or 1 will go. So in total for 15 bits, we have 2 to the power 15 combinations. That since it can be negative as well as positive, so we can say from minus 2 to the power 15 to plus 2 to the power 15, we can have for other bit values, we can have these many combinations. However, we need to understand that within this range, we have 0 as well. That 0 is again an integer constant. So we need to subtract this 0 location from that positive side. We'll have to subtract it. 2 to the power 15, we'll have to write it by minus 1. So 2 to the power 15 is actually 32768, and it goes till 32768 minus 1. So the upper range of value with integer is 32767. So this is how we find out that what is the range of our integer constants. Now for real constants, all the rules are same except that it includes the decimal point. There decimal point was not acceptable. Over here it must include a decimal point. Now the memory size that real constants acquire is 4 byte. 4 byte meaning what? 1 byte, again we have seen that it is 8 bits. So 4 bytes is equal to 8 into 4. It comes out to be 32 bits. Now to find the range of values that we can give for real constants, again the most significant bit will be for our sign. So again we'll have what? 2 to the power 31. That most significant bit is subtracted. So minus 1 comes out to be 31. So 2 to the power 31 minus up to 2 to the power again 31. Now 0 is not a real constant because it is not written like this. So we will not take 0 value over here, and so we will not subtract minus 1 from here. So minus 2 to the power 31 to 2 to the power 31 is the range of real constant. Since it is a very large number, it is written in this format. Now moving on to character constants. Character constant include a single alphabet. Single alphabet is that goes from A to Z, or a single digit. Single digit meaning that it will go from 0 to 9. Then a single special symbol. Special symbols that we have on our keyboard: underscore, that comma, semicolon, all these things. So it can include either of these but only single value. Then any of these values, if I want to define as the character constant, then it should be included within the inverted commas. That too, that inverted comma should be inclined only to the left direction. That means this is a valid character. However, this is not a valid character. Now, we have already seen that in the character constants, there is either single alphabet or single digit or a single symbol. So the length of constant, we can say that it is only one character. Now the size that a character value acquires is 1 byte. So these were all the rules of integer. These were all the rules of constants. Now we'll have a look at the rules of variables. Now let's have a look at all the rules that the variable name should follow. Very first rule is that it is the combination of alphabets, digits or underscores, and how many characters can be there within that combination? Either 31 or 247 depending on the compiler. Now one more thing is there, that only underscore is the special symbol that is allowed within the variable name and no other special symbol than underscore. Next rule is that the first character should be either an alphabet or the underscore. That means if I try to write this as the variable name, this is not a valid variable name. Why? Because it is starting with a number. So variable name will either be starting with alphabet or underscore but not the digit. Next is neither commas nor blanks are allowed in the variable names. So if I try to write this as the variable name, so since there is a blank in between the a and 3, so this is not a valid variable name. So these are all the rules of variables that a variable name should follow, that the programmer should keep in mind. Next is, we know that when we talked about the types of variables, we know that again we have primary variables and the secondary variables, and within primary variables there are integer variables, real variables and the character variables. And for constants, we have seen that for all these three sets of constants we had separate sets of rules, but we have seen that for variables we have only same set of rules for all these three types of variables. So how to know that what kind of variable is there, what type of variable is there? That can be known because the C compiler makes it compulsory that before the variable name is preceded with the type of variable. That means if it is an integer type of variable, it is preceded with the int word, and if it is a real type of variable, then it is preceded with float, and in case of character variable, it is preceded with char value, that is char, then it is preceded with char. So this signifies that this variable is of integer type, this is of float type, and this is of character type. Now we need to understand what is happening, that if a variable is of integer type, then it can only handle integer type of constants. That means if in the memory location I say that this particular memory location, it has the value is named as A, and if this A is of integer type, if it is of integer type, then the value that it can store is of type integer only. And if it is of real type, that is float is preceded by its name, then it can only handle float, or we can say real type of constant value only. So if this is a float type, then the value that will be stored within this will be of float type. And likewise for a character type variable, only the character type constant can be stored. Now one more thing we need to understand over here, this is the memory location which is named as A. Now the value that we are storing within this is a constant. We can say that the value that we have stored is basically the data that we are storing, and with this integer, float and character, we are basically knowing that whatever value or data that we are storing, that value or data is of what type, whether it is an integer type, float type or character type. So we can say that all these values, all these names, that is integer, float and character, these are all also known as the data types in C, right? So with this we have seen the concept of variables and constants in C language. In our upcoming lecture we will have a look at the simple C program for addition of two numbers, so that we can understand this concept better. If you like this video, hit the like button and share this video with your friends.